Happy birthdays as well. You always find the latest courtyard permanent solution. Out of the box.
Hello and welcome to Radio Waves by Todderbert. If you enjoy reviews, comparisons, band scans of new and classic portable radios, then make sure to subscribe and tap the bell icons to miss any of my most excellent videos. In front of us we have the Sangean PR-D6 and we're performing an evening medium wave band scan. First we'll talk about features, do a little size comparison, then cruise the evening band. So the Sangean PR-D6, it's an all analog radio with some great audio. We'll start on the left hand side. We have some controls. We have volume. We have a treble and bass control, which are really nice. They actually have a little notch where the center's at on these. I love these little low profile knobs here. On the front, we have a very clear dial. AM we have 530 to 1700, and FM we have 88 to 108. Over on the right here, we have a tuning LED indicator, turns green when it's in tune. Here we have Sangean FM AM 2 bands radio. Nice 3-inch speaker there, good audio, loving it. Over here we have our tuning knob. We also have our off switch AM FM. We also have a headphone jack that has FM stereo on this radio, amazing. Let me move this light here, it's a little bright. There we go. Up a little bit. DC input. Over on the top here, we have a removable FM antenna. I took it off since when you're an AM, we're using the internal ferrite antenna. Some people don't know the difference, but on an AM and FM radio, the FM is usually the whip, and the AM part is internal. So there we are, and then here we go, Sangean. And it gives the frequency ranges, and we have 4 AA batteries that power it. And they're behind that door. So let's go ahead and do a little size comparison with this radio. And then we'll cruise the band and see what we can find. I did a daytime band scan, and I found out that it needed some loop, passive loop help with some of the fainter stations. I know this radio has a really nice ferrite bar, but I needed a little extra boost on the daytime gain. But when it got it, it was fantastic. So let's see how it does tonight. First, for size comparison, we have CC Pocket. Awesome. And we have CC Skywave, which we'll use as our frequency checker tonight. Current time is 10:07 p.m. Central Standard Time near Chicago, Illinois, in case we all want to know. And then, of course, we have Iron Man. He's the man with the master plan. Oh, yeah, the bottom has 4 little rubber feet. So, yeah, this is a really cool analog radio. I really dig it. You can get this for about $35. And they have 3 different colors. They have the black, which is this one. High plastic, as you can tell. There's the blue, and then there's a white. And they run around $35 to $40, and nice investment. I really love it. I love the fact that it's a clear dial, and it's an all-analog tuner. Definitely awesome. Okay, so let's go ahead and turn this on and see if we can pick up some stations. Now, I did use the loop last night. I made a difference at the evening band scans. Turn this on. All the way up is AM. Our first station would be 530, Brampton, Ontario. Let's see if we can get that. So you can just hear a little bit there of CHLO, Brampton, Ontario on 530. This is 441 miles, 250 watts. Now, you can hear there's a lot of hissing and static. Let's bring in a loop and see what kind of gain we can get. I'm going to use this new loop here that I have, new for me, Turk Advantage. I really like how this tuner works. Very good.
आपने ठीक पढ़ी होगी शायद कई बार क्या होता है हम लोग डॉक्टर के पास जाते हैं यहाँ डॉक्टर के एनालिसिस जो कि एक साइंस से रिलेटेड है कई बार वो भी गलत रहता है तो अगेन लाइक आई सेड इट इज नॉट टू ऑफेंड एनीबॉडी
देखिएगा एक्चुअली होता क्या एस्ट्रोलॉजी में 100% चीजें किसी में करेक्ट नहीं होती राइट एंड आई एम नॉट गॉड मैं आपको 90% हेल्प कर सकती हूँ आपकी प्रॉब्लम्स को रोक सकती हूँ
So it wakes it right up. Beautiful.
ये जरूर है जैसे ऐसे लोग फोन
There we go. All right, I'll have that to the side here on a chair below the table so it doesn't affect the radio. So let's go ahead and keep tuning. I think 540 is in the same direction here.
Looking at Rich's sermon right now,
This is 540 WAUK, Jackson, Wisconsin, 70 miles away, 400 watts at night. Neat thing about this radio is its dial is very accurate.
Cover one guy the whole game. That's not what...
An incredible result of the last 3.5 years. Senator Cruz's expectation that it might last 2 months. We might face...
So there you can tell the audio is really good. Here, I'll show you some bass treble.
Which isn't a crime. Obstruction of Congress. Even the articles don't fit the constitutional requirements. I have in my hand an incredible letter from the President's counsels, Jay Sekulow and Pat Cipollone. I'm going to read part of it later in the show, but I need to hear from you as well. Our number here is 1-833-33-GORKA. That is 1-833-33.
So I like it with a little bass, a little less treble. Sounds really good.
Voice be heard. Is the GOP ready for the Senate trial? What should the strategy be? Can we discuss?
Here's 570.
It's cold, snowing, blizzard, and it's going to go. It's beaten up pretty good. And they took heavy loss and put sent a message to Grant the boat.
Okay, yeah, 570 Yankton, South Dakota, 460 miles, 5,000 watts at night. That's a cool find. It's good. Keep going. So we're finding you can hear just quite a few faint stations, and if I bring the loop in, you can hear the gain. It's just amazing. So if there's anything I want to clarify, we'll just bring the loop in. But for the sake of getting through the band scan, I'm just going to keep going.
My secondary again. I got a all-time Hall of Fame, probably one of the top 3 corners ever, and Deion Sanders on one side.
I do want to check this. I think this is 590. This is nice. I found this. This is KXSP, Omaha, Nebraska, 405 miles, 5,000 watts.
I'm going to take my team.
He's a great follow on Twitter, Birdhag36, not only approachable, also.
Comes for tax purposes at a time later that you would sell it, just becomes your personal residence again. There is a ratio that's involved.
620 WTMJ, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
In the immediate term, if you were to move back into it, then it does basically.
Okay, we're getting a little bit of CFCO, Chatham, Ontario on 630, 310 miles, 6,000 watts. And the talk here is another station, KYFI, 630 St. Louis, Missouri, 275 miles, 5,000 watts.
Save time, save stress, make first choice the right choice. Visit disaster restoration.
640 WMFN, Peatone, Illinois, 75 miles, 1,600 watts. Sweet. Okay, 650 is having a hard time coming in. I think it's just because of the selectivity on the radio. Let's just check the skywave.
Great thing.
I think it's coming a little bit better.
He's still singing songs
same key as he did, 40 years ago. And he's just
There you go, WSM, Nashville, Tennessee, 434 miles.
And made his Opry debut 55 years ago on the Ryman stage. He was 21 years old. And he's still doing a lot of shows out there on the road. Lives in Houston, Texas. He's never lived here now.
Well, the Bears may have played there. They had the worst weather ever for a Super Bowl when the Bears played the Colts there in Super Bowl 41. Was it bad? I don't even remember the weather.
670 WSCR, Chicago, excuse me, the score, Chicago, Illinois.
I don't remember that. Now, that was the thing that was really bad. One, Lovey got out coached by his good friend in that Super Bowl, and there's no way they should have lost that way. But Bulls, the Bears are an outdoor team.
In popular destinations and vacation better with our best price guarantee and award-winning service every step of the way. Book by January 24th with your travel agent or...
The season's indoors at Salt 18. Play the world's most...
Okay, CFTR 680. This is Toronto, Ontario, 460 miles. This is the direction to Toronto.
Are you going up against an incumbent?
First of all, there really is a battle for the heart and soul of our country that's going on right now. And we need...
Okay, this is 700. This is WLW, Cincinnati, Ohio, 300 miles.
We have people like AOC and the Squad and these left-wing lunatics who...
Regardless of the sport, age or $1 million of quality. Out of the game, when returning to play, makes sense. It gets worked out of concessions, scheduling a fast and affordable to your child.
Just trying to pick. There's some mix there. It's definitely WOR, New York, New York on 710, 750 miles. Barely picking it up.
BlueValleyPT.com. BlueValleyPT.com. This is Mark Comfort, owner of Curtain Holidays and Comfort Tours and Travel, and host of Vacation Tuesday, inviting you to tune in every Saturday from 10 to find out about the vacation.
Past performance is no guarantee of future results. National is a real estate development firm. See us at nria.net.
There's Chicago in the Rio. Watch Dan Ponce, Lauren Jiggins,
WGN 720.
Baumgarten. Get real
Chicago.
in the morning with the WGN Morning News Team. Weekdays 4 to 10. It's WGN Radio. I'm Justin Kaufman till 11 o'clock. Johnson.
Just a really good audio. You could just listen to this all day long and all night long. Yeah, it's that good.
After post games on NBC Sports, as well as the podcast where you can get podcasts, other things. He also.
Like a masquerade ball.
Here we go. CFZM, Toronto, Ontario. It's always sweet to hear that on 7:40 a.m. This is 460 miles. Yeah, coming in gorgeous.
It was just a ride on a
video of one of Trump's first speeches when he was running. It was a video I've never...
Here's 750 WSB, Atlanta, Georgia, 630 miles.
Changed for me. It was like a light going on in my head, and I understood Trump in that moment. It was like really good.
To spy on you and I for the government, and then they report any financial behavior deemed suspicious or unusual.
This is 760 WGR, Detroit, Michigan, 270 miles.
2646. 800-289-2646.
Did you know prostate cancer treatment? Why did I do this to myself? Am I a masochist? You heard me say, no, I'm not a masochist. I just didn't have good guidance.
What do you think about robotic surgery for prostate cancer?
Don't believe the hype. There are so many other remedies.
WABC, this is 770, New York, New York, 750 miles.
You're independent and autonomous, and you've taken a run.
WBBM News Time 1020, our top story, tens of thousands of...
Okay, this is WBBM 780, local, Chicago.
Peacefully at the Virginia Capitol in Richmond today to protest plans by the state's Democratic leadership to pass gun control.
End-of-line merchandise as well as useful items from the community, keeping perfectly good items like this armchair in use and out of our landfill. built. The best part, all the money raised goes back into building affordable habitat homes.
Sounds
There
like
are over 100 resources across Canada. Find your nearest store at habitat.ca.
Hey, this is Dan McDonald reminding you to treat yourself in 2020. Check out my favorite place to eat in the city, Mezzo Restaurante and Lounge. I've been there with everyone I know for my birthday celebration, to lunches with my family, to work.
CKLW, Windsor, Ontario, 270 miles.
No matter what, it's always been amazing. Make it a New Year's resolution to actively threaten to kill people. That's absolute pure nonsense. The Second Amendment is being used to actively threaten to kill the house. Which one? Because that's a crime, right? It's an actual crime. If you threaten to kill somebody, that's a crime.
810 WGY, Albany, New York, 740 miles.
Actually, get some evidence of it, that which he is suggesting. I've made police. I'm not trying to lean either, but, in fact,
Those progressive talk, where facts matter.
women of
Local and progressive. WCPT 820.
Two stations there, local WCPT, and then I have WBAP coming out of Fort Worth, Texas there at 810 miles. It's funny, like one's conservative and one's not so conservative. It's great hearing them on the same frequency.
Really scary. Black and white. It's not you just say, this is good, this is bad. None of them
WCCO 830, Minneapolis, Minnesota, 310 miles.
are the worst. Those are the worst shots to use.
Yep. Health IQ starts by shopping everyone with the top 30 life insurance carriers.
840, WHAS, Louisville, Kentucky, 300 miles.
Healthy lifestyle savings, which can save you up to 41%.
Getting to out here. There's some great names, some great prospects.
850, KOA Denver, Colorado, 890 miles. One of the farthest stations I'll be able to pick up tonight.
Probably have a pretty big media scrum around him following practices.
I don't know. You're the sixth or seventh best quarterback here sometimes.
Obsessif. J'y pensais tout le temps et j'étais pas capable de m'empêcher d'y penser. Et à ce moment-là, j'étais un consultant. Je travaillais avec des clients dans une dynamique de surperformance.
860 CJBC, Toronto, Ontario, 460 miles.
Un associé. Alors, en lui disant clairement, écoute, je pense que je peux fonctionner et la dernière chose que je veux, c'est finir chez moi tout seul.
Trying for 870, but I'm not really hearing much. Should be right here.
All these honorable.
Yeah, I'm not hearing it.
The ugly truth about timeshare. If you think you've done your family a favor.
Okay, this sounds like 880. Could be WCBS out of New York. There you go. Though I don't know why it's like a country twang to the ad. Maybe it's not WCBS. Could be. I'm trying to think. Brandon, Manitoba. CKLQ maybe on 880.
This never ends. Stop the insanity today. Call my office now. I guarantee if we can't cancel your timeshare contract, you'll pay nothing.
Were you lied to when buying a timeshare and want out? Get the facts about timeshare cancellation. Call Wesley now for your free information kit. 800-893-2288. 800-893-2288. 800-893-2288.
Balance of nature. Changing the world, one life at a time.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure this out, what it is. Okay, I will keep going, but yeah, I don't think it's Canadian. It could be Lexington, Nebraska, KRVN. Alright, keep going.
Properly and passing it on to the Senate.
Why is your party dragging this
This is 890 WLS, Chicago.
through all this business about witnesses?
Do we really need more witnesses?
Trying to hear what's going on. Old time radio on CHML 900, Hamilton, Ontario, 430 miles. I'm going to go up to 1,000.
A vet
guy getting bullied. State and federal level, but they can't do it there yet.
Part of the ways we talked about that in the show.
And right now is justified.
One of her other best friends, another bridesmaid of her,
So ESPN 1000 WMVP, Chicago.
in Denver, Colorado.
Rations secret prosecution is unjustified.
Tuned it back to 990. This is CBW, Winnipeg, Manitoba. 675 miles. Always easy to pick up.
Just to be clear, if she were to be extradited to the United States, what would that mean for Huawei's presence in this country?
Did you really?
We did. We have to talk.
I was going to say, I need all your suggestions.
It's like we have an entire radio show to do.
If you go to most state DMVs, that is where a lot of people
1020 KDKA, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. 450 miles.
The driver's license is granted to illegal aliens.
Listen to the show, my friend. I loved it. Thank you.
Absolutely, Dan. You have a great night. Thank you as always.
All right, thanks, Bob. Ladies, you can join the conversation too. Here, we've had all male callers on this. What we're trying to figure out is...
WBZ 1030. This is Boston, Massachusetts. This is 880 miles.
6 hour per day, 4 work day, work.
Now, you won't hear any of this on TV or the radio anytime today.
1040 WHO, Des Moines, Iowa. 280 miles.
Ignore all this yucky, messy God talk and all the icky Jesus.
And I think what we should be doing is going to...
Some weird people, they just overdo it, you know. It's just like, look at me, dude. Or listen to me, dude.
Number one, it would be multi-fuel applicable. I mean, you can use coal, you can use wood.
Not sure what this is. I want to tune this in. Skyward.
Wouldn't be working to have natural gas. It would provide heat. It would provide clean water. It would be a source of mechanical energy.
1050. It sounds kind of like one of those conspiracy type stuff things going on. Ground zero, maybe. 1050. This could be Kenosha, Wisconsin. Yep.
We hold on to books and keep in mind that those are depositories of knowledge that are.
It's opening now at National Family Sales Event. Pay what employees pay for beautiful new
KYW 1060, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. 700 miles.
savings on stunning appliances that will transform your kitchen. National.
God has directed us. In Acts 17 and 30, God said the times of this
is
winked at, but now commandeth all men everywhere.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to think. 1090, I think. KAY, Little Rock, Arkansas.
The health and grace of Jesus Christ. Shall we pray? Father, I ask you in the name of Jesus.
Yep, sounds right. 570 miles. So right next to it should be a loud station.
Year. 10th and final year for him to achieve the 75% threshold.
WTAM 1100, Cleveland, Ohio, 345 miles.
And a lot of people's measures, so it looks good for Larry Walker at 80% on the Thibodeau tracker.
Precious colored silk, flatware, and fine watches on site.
This is KMOX, St. Louis, Missouri, 275 miles. It may not be the best night, I guess. Getting a lot of fading.
Their expert design team can restyle your jewelry to today's.
That's why the MRC is so important. No matter where you get
WRVA 1140, Richmond, Virginia, 665 miles.
of the MRC, and you can start going to mrclevin.org. There are only a handful of conservative organizations that have a real impact every day in the fight to save our country. And the MRC is one of them. So if you care about this country...
I thought you said MREs. That's what I thought.
.org to learn more about them. That's MRC.
Something for you. Right now, Balance of Nature is offering free shipping and 35% off on
So local WYLL 1160, Chicago.
Journey to better health today by calling
comfort food entrees, traditional bar food, vegetarian and gluten-free options. In short, everyone will feel welcome at the
1180.
Lock, Stock Bar and Grill, Route 64 in Canandaigua. Get your half-price gift certificates to Lock, Stock Bar and Grill this Thursday at rochesterforless.com.
Fox News, I'm Mike Piazza. Senate Majority Leader, Republican...
Yep, so WHAM 1180 Rochester, New York, 545 miles.
Guaranteed there will be witnesses. Senate Minority Leader, Democrat Chuck Schumer reacts.
We will introduce a whole series of amendments for witnesses, for
299-7729 or log on to www.familytheater.org. And now, enjoy today's feature broadcast.
From Hollywood, the Mutual Network, in cooperation with Family Theater, presents Ricardo Montalban and Lillian Bayeff in Joaquin Muriel. To introduce the drama, your host, Marco Thompson.
This is cool. Classic radio. I don't know if this is on WOWO, Fort Wayne, Indiana, or if it's on KDMR, 1190, Kansas City, Missouri.
Thank you, Gene Baker. Family's Theater only purpose is to bring to everyone's attention a practice that must become an important part of our lives. We are to win peace for ourselves,
Very cool.
Peace for our families, and peace for the world. Family Theater urges you to pray. Pray to...
Balance of nature.
1210 WPHT, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 700 miles. Dial's right on the money. I'm going to go a little quicker.
Shaking things up. Never back.
This evening at the El Cake Company on Dixie Drive.
Ads can be directed at users who have shown an interest.
Behind, not on my watch.
Closing a compressed.
The record for the longest time between appearances in Super Bowl history.
Thanks for my podcast.
Common sense would also prevail as much as the best.
Mom, where did all the mirrors go?
In Kansas City, he joins here in Freddie Fitzsimmons thanks to the show Pinto Performance Line.
This is probably 1530. This is WCKY, Cincinnati, Ohio, 300 miles.
Has that city been able to settle down after beating the Tennessee Titans Wednesday in the AFC Championship game?
Not really. I mean, I think it's going to take until later in the week before they start kind of focusing in on the future. Unfortunately, by the time the job was completed, if indeed it could be completed at all.
1540 KXEL, Waterloo, Iowa.
All right, 1-866-50 Jimbo, 1-866.
1620. 1610 CHHA, Toronto, Ontario, 460 miles. Always getting a little feedback from the station.
First work performance.
Okay, music there I think is 1690 maybe? Let's check it out. That is it. Yeah, that's cool. That's a neat station. That is WPTX. This is Lexington Park, Maryland, 685 miles away. Adult contemporary music. At 1700 here.
He's ready to go. He's got all the sports information tonight and then coming up
I want to get back to the conference championship games
Des
from
Moines,
yesterday
Iowa.
and talk about why
280
Patrick Mahomes
miles on
is
1700.
playing the quarterback position at a different level than we've ever seen it before. But here's a sports update with Jay Berman.
Sports Flash.
Thank you, Scott. NFL Network is your home for the most playoff
Sports Flash. And that's it. All right, so let's go ahead and turn this off. Final thoughts on this radio. Okay, so the Sangean PR-D6. You know, I was thinking as I was tuning this radio and using the loop during the day and, of course, in the evening here. I didn't bring it up too much in the evening because there's so much to cover. It gave me the feeling that you could get this radio, this D6, say for $35, pick up a decent passive loop for about $25, and you got yourself kind of like a mini GE Super Radio. You know, Super Radio, of course, has a bigger speaker and but as far as dial accuracy goes, this is just like a Super Radio. It's right on the money on that dial accuracy, which I love. Another thing about this is that with that passive loop, you're going to get the similar reception you would if you had a GE Super Radio, and plus this is more compact. So I was just thinking that this is like a mini GE Super Radio with the help of the passive loop. Now without it, no, it doesn't compare, but it is a great all-around radio for locals, semi-locals. When you start getting those distance stations, you got to use the passive loop. It makes a huge difference. But if you notice, there's a lot to be found with this radio. It would just take some patience, but analog tuning is really nice. You just back it off a little bit, and get that selectivity by using the loop. Definitely will help. So there it is. The Sangean PR-D6 gets a big thumbs up for me. At $35, it's a pretty good buy. For what it does, bass treble controls on a simple AM/FM radio. It's easy to tune. A lot of people look for easy to tune radios. This definitely is. And of course, having FM stereo on the headphone jack and listening to headphones with this radio is fantastic as well. Hit subscribe at the bell icon if you love Sangean radios and you want to stay tuned and know more. And of course, comment below what you think about the PR-D6. Would this be an analog radio you'd be looking at today as a modern solution to an older radio? Or would you be rather looking for a digital radio? I really prefer an analog style tuning. That's just me. I like the selectivity of digital radios, but nothing beats an old analog tuning experience. All right, guys, take care, and we'll see you next video.